So what is data science? So data science, in a few words, is trying to make sense of data, trying to look at data and say, what's the story that this data is telling us? And a lot of data tells us stories. Now, earlier in the class, we talked about algorithms and the massive amount of data that's generated by YouTube and Amazon and all of these big websites. Data science is kind of at the heart of what they do, trying to understand user behavior, trying to understand purchasing behaviors, trying to understand all kinds of things. And it's become sort of commonplace for us to try to make sense of the world or try to understand certain things through the use of large data sets and trying to make sense of those. And so data science is really just learning what are the tools and the methods that we use to try to make sense of those data sets. And so these are some common things, common concepts when we talk about data science. Data wrangling sort of evokes like a Wild West cattle wrangling sort of image in my mind. But data wrangling is really just the same as cattle wrangling. It's really just trying to get those data pieces into a form or a herd that we can then control or fence in or whatever. Because data is not clean. If I go into Amazon and I put something in my shopping cart and then I delete it and then I put something else in my shopping cart and I buy that thing, that all of that data, everything I just did is captured. And Amazon's going to try to figure out like, what's the deal with that? Why did Bill take that out of his shopping cart? Or if I gave all of the students at BC a survey, right? Some people would complete the survey, they'd answer all the questions, and that'd be great. But a lot of people would get to like the third question, they'd be like, that one I don't really understand, so I'm just going to skip it. Or they get halfway through the day, they're halfway through the survey, and they quit. And so data wrangling would be like, if I took that survey and I'm like, I want to make sense of this. What do I do with the questions that somebody didn't answer? Or if maybe I said, select one of these things and they selected two things. How do I deal with that? How do I make that make sense with the rest of the data? So data wrangling is sort of cleaning up the data, putting it into a form when you can then do statistics and analysis on that data, but it takes a little bit. So statistical analysis is sort of self-explanatory. It's using stats to try and understand. And if you've had stats, then that makes sense to you. If you haven't had stats, that's okay. You'll still get benefit from this portion of the class. Machine learning is something that we're actually going to get into a little bit today, just to whet your appetite. But machine learning is basically teaching a computer how to analyze complex data to do really impressive things. And we'll see it can take multiple factors and consider those in terms of understanding a problem. And that's really hard to do with statistical analysis. It's really hard to do just doing it in your head. It's even pretty hard to do looking at pictures of the data. All of those help, but machine learning is vastly superior to those things. And the interesting thing about machine learning is that it kind of looks like dog training in a lot of ways. So predictive modeling is something we can do with machine learning, but basically it says, here's how the data has looked in the past. What do we think will happen next in the data? What does it look like in the future? Data visualization is another way to do data science, and that is turning the data into charts and pictures that make sense. And they always say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and with data science, that certainly is true. You can take a look at a picture and you can really see what's going on sometimes. Big data is more of a concept that we hear about, but data isn't. We do a lot of these practice data sets that have 100 or 1,000 different data items in them. Big data can be millions or even billions of pieces of data. And so making sense of that is a whole different world. And that's why we need things like machine learning and predictive modeling, data visualization, because I can't look at a spreadsheet that has 1,000 rows of data or 1,000,000 rows of data, and my brain can't make sense of that because it's just too much. I can't hold that much stuff in my brain at once. So these data science concepts help us make sense of big data. These are the tools that we are going to be playing around with, among a couple of others, but these are the major tools. Jupyter is a way of programming Python code that allows us to tinker with it a little bit. It allows us to use something called a Jupyter notebook, which I'm going to show you very soon, that allows us to see the results of our calculations and see our data as we are working with our data. Jupyter notebooks are probably one of the primary tools in data science. And if you downloaded PyCharm Pro, not PyCharm CE, if you have PyCharm Pro on your computer, which you can still activate using an educational license, then you can create Jupyter notebooks on your computer as well. So that's something that's available to you. I'm going to show you in a little bit. Pandas is probably the primary tool, period, for working with large sets of data. It allows you to do things with data that would be very difficult or very time consuming otherwise, but slicing data, sorting data, filtering data is very easy using pandas. And I'll show you how to use pandas. We're actually going to play with pandas today in Jupyter Notebooks. And then Plotly is a data visualization tool that we're going to get to on Wednesday, but it's probably my favorite for a lot of reasons, but I'm going to show you some of the things you can do with Plotly on Wednesday.